Hey, so in this video, we're taking a look at 6 different jobs that don't require any college experience whatsoever. I think it's quite obvious that we have a problem in our society where everybody's going to college, and so there's some of these other jobs that people are overlooking and passing up that can actually pay more than some of these other jobs that people are going to college for, dropping $100,000 on, and then getting out of college and getting paid like $25,000 or $30,000 per year. So some of these jobs that I'm going to show you in this video pay quite decent amounts of money compared to the average salary of high school graduates, which is about $36,000 per year. The ones in this video will pay at least $10,000 or more over the average for high school graduates. So let's just get right into this video. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one. We help people make more money, save more money, and create a better financial future for themselves. So the first one on this list is by becoming a railroad worker. Now, there's a lot of different job opportunities in this industry. And when I say this, you might think about one of 2 different options. You might first think about maybe passenger trains, maybe something like Amtrak, or maybe even your local regional rail, becoming a train conductor, taking tickets, or you could think about something in the commercial industry. So there's lots of different things like yard masters. There's a lot of careers within the commercial train industry that need people to work for. See, because we still have so many people working in this industry. It's a very important industry in our country. When you need to get some steel from one part of the country to the next, you're not going to drive that in 18-wheelers. You're going to take it on the railroad. So we still use railroads very often, and the pay can be quite decent. So it's one that is very important and one that needs a spot on this list. Now, the next one is quite interesting. This is by becoming a postal worker. Now, the average salary for postal workers is about $57,000 per year, but we can talk about a couple others as well. You can look at UPS drivers, make a little bit less on average versus postal workers, and then FedEx drivers as well, which make a little bit less than that as well. So between all of these, look, this is a job that will be around for quite some time, considering the fact that people are ordering more and more and more packages in the mail. We're not going out to the store all the time anymore. We're ordering them and having them shipped right to our house. And so we need people to deliver those packages. It doesn't require that 4-year degree. It doesn't require that 2-year degree. You don't need too much experience to get into this. If you're driving a larger truck, you might have to have a CDL license if you're driving a large truck. But for the most part, it's one that doesn't have a very high barrier to entry. And one of my friend's parents is a postmaster, and he's making a very, very comfortable living as a postmaster. So those are some different positions that you could consider getting into. Now, the next one is overlooked in a lot of cases, and this is by becoming a flight attendant. Now, the average breakup for flight attendants is about 25% males, 75% females, but if you're a guy watching this video, don't let that prevent you from becoming a flight attendant. They make about $50,000 per year on average, but once again, comparing that to the average salary of high school graduates who are making about $36,000, $37,000 per year, $50,000 is a much higher amount than that. And so this can be a great position, especially for young people who want to travel the world, travel the country, and get paid to do that. It could be an option for you, and I think it's one that definitely deserves a spot on this list. Now, the next one is by becoming a plumber. Now, plumbers are so overlooked in so many cases, and I don't know why, but the average salary is about $52,000 per year. I personally know plumbers who are making over $100,000 per year. Maybe you do too. And what I want you to do here is leave a comment down below on your average salary range you might be getting for your current job and how much money you might be making for it and what the job title is. I'll just be really interested to kind of see where everybody's at and see what's going on, because the average salary according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics is $52,000 per year, but I know plenty of people who enter the industry at 18 or 19 and are making almost $100,000 per year. So maybe it depends on where you are located in the country, but I would be very interested to see where people are making certain amounts of money. Now, being a plumber, look, it's a job that's always going to be in demand. When somebody has broken pipes or some issues within their home or their commercial property, they need a plumber. And when you need a plumber, you're going to pay them whatever they charge you to fix your problems. And look, a lot of people in today's day, in 2019, they don't know the difference between a wrench and a hammer. And so being a plumber can offer a lot of opportunities for yourself. So that's one that I think is provides a tremendous amount of value. And you can even add a couple here that are similarly related in terms of trade jobs like HVAC. You can make a lot of money in that. Welding can make a ton of money, and even construction as well. So a lot of those different jobs that are in high demand, you're building that skill. It's not something you can just walk into. You're going to need to build that skill over time. You can become an apprentice with a plumber in your community, or you could go to a trade school and learn it over a year or two in order to build that skill. Because look, with these jobs, The whole point of this is, look, the reason why some of these college educated jobs are going to be paying more money is because they go to college and they build that knowledge and that skill over years. But if you want to make more money in your life, then you want to find a way to build skill. And that's kind of really the primary message here within all these different things for making money. The more money you want to make, you want to think about how you can set yourself apart from everybody else. So if you learn plumbing, you learn the ins and outs of a certain industry, you're going to get better at it, and then you can charge more money. And that's just kind of a concept that is very important to understand, because anybody can stock a grocery shelf, but not everybody can fix pipes as a plumber. So that's why you can make more money in some of these different industries. The next one is something that's a little bit less hands-on. I know we mentioned some other ones that are quite hands-on. So this one, not as hands-on, and that is by becoming an insurance sales agent. Now, the average salary for this is about $48,000 per year. But the greatest aspect of this, when you interview people who are insurance sales agents, one of their greatest things that they say about the job is that the flexibility of the job. And that's because in a lot of cases, you're not working that traditional 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 job. You have more flexibility. So if you have to take your kid to the doctor's at 11 a.m., you might be able to do that with this job, have more of an option to do that. And so that's one that I think could be quite interesting. But what I also like about this certain career position is that the top 10% of insurance sales agents make about $125,000 per year. So there's a lot of room for growth, explosive growth in this industry. So the number one job on this list, and these weren't necessarily in any particular order, but I made a video pretty similar to this in the past, and I got so many comments, so many emails from people who mentioned this job that they currently have, and that is getting into the trucking industry. Now, what's so interesting about this is while the average salary is about $42,000 per year, there's so much room for growth in terms of salary in this certain career field. And that's because there's so many people who aren't going into this. A lot of people are retiring from it, and not that many people are going into it. And so what this will naturally do is drive up prices and drive up the amount of money that some of these people are making as truckers. And look, I've talked to truckers who said that they get to sleep in their bed every night, they get to come home for dinner, and they're driving local routes, local trucking routes, while other people might be doing those cross-country legs where they're driving long distances. So it really just depends on what company you're working for, where you're working, and what kind of routes that you're driving, and also how much money you're making will kind of depend on your situation. But like I said, look, the more skills that you can build, the more value that you can provide, the more money that you can make. Just kind of keep that in mind with any of these different careers that you might be thinking about, just providing value and setting yourself apart from the rest of the pack, the rest of the hundreds of millions of people in the United States or whatever country you might be in. So hopefully you found some value in this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, share this with somebody who you think could benefit from this. If there's anybody who's thinking about going to college, share this video with them. I hope it helps them. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.